Hello friends, today our topic is fluid pressure, that is hydrostatic pressure. Here we are going to discuss about the pressure. Pressure always acts inward normal to any surface. Here I am showing the body. On that particular body the pressure always acts inward normal to any surface. Okay, so it is acting inward direction on that particular body. Now I am going to discuss about the pressure. Pressure means the normal force exerted by a fluid per unit area of the surface. Pressure is nothing but it is a normal force exerted by a fluid per unit area of the surface. That is called pressure. So if you take, when a liquid is contained in a vessel, it exerts normal forces on the surface of the vessel. This normal force per unit area of the surface is called as intensity of pressure or simply pressure. Here you can see the vessel, it is contained liquid, clear. So it exerts normal forces on the surface of the vessel. This normal force per unit area of the surface is called intensity of pressure or simply pressure. Here you can see this is fluid per unit area. Pressure P equal to, here this particular body is inside the water. So this is the surface of the water. So from that surface of the water, the force F acting on that particular body per unit surface area. Clear? So that is the pressure. Whatever the force acting on that particular body per unit surface area is called pressure. So P equal to F by A. For this pressure, the units are Newton, per area meter square. So finally you will get pressure units are Newton per meter square or pascals. You can call it as a pascals. So here I am writing, for pressure the units are pascals. For standard atmospheric pressure 101.3 kilopascals. Standard atmospheric pressure is 101.3 kilopascals. Later I will discuss about the atmospheric pressure. Here you can see the static head. Static head means the pressure resulting from the weight of a liquid. Resulting from the weight of the liquid. Here I am showing the particular one vessel. In that vessel there is a water. At the bottom the intensity of pressure is equal to weight per unit area, force per unit area or weight per unit area. So here weight is nothing but mg, mass into gravity, force divided by area. Okay, so here the top surface area is A, height of the vessel is h, total volume equal to height into area. Volume equal to height into area. Here weight equal to m into g, mass into gravitational force. So next you can write it as a weight is nothing but here mg. So at that particular point, instead of mg I am writing rho v. Rho v. V is nothing but volume. Clear? Rho v g by area. So here you forget this thing. I will show you. Rho v g by a. So v equal to h into a, height into area. So rho into height into area into g divided by area. So finally the denominator a and top a will be get cancelled. Finally, you will get rho g h. So pressure P equal to rho g h. Rho is the density of the water or fluid, g is the gravity, h is the height of the fluid. So you can say the pressure is nothing but rho g h. Okay, so in terms of meters, sorry, in terms of head, you can write it as a pressure is nothing but h equal to here I am writing, if you want to find out the pressure in meters, okay, in meters, so that is nothing but P equal to rho g, P equal to, sorry, h equal to, here I said the rho g is nothing but specific weight. Specific weight is equal to rho g. Already in first chapter you have discussed. We have discussed here P equal to W into H. Specific weight into H. Okay, pressure equal to specific weight into H. In terms of head, you can write H equal to P by W or P by rho g. Okay, P by rho g. You can call it as a pressure head or static head. For this static head, units are meters. P by rho g. For this, units are meters. You can write it as a P by W. W is nothing but specific weight. Specific weight is equal to rho g. For this, units are meters. If you want to say in terms of height, the pressure is P by W. Okay. P is nothing but pressure, W is nothing but specific weight, that is rho g. For this, units are meters. So for this units in MK system, pressure P equal to rho gh. So for that, rho is nothing but kg per meter cube, g is 1, height units meters. Here finally you will get kg per meter square force, that is the units are in MKS system. For the pressure, if you want to write the units in MKS system, that is kg force per meter square. Clear? Okay. Next, so in SI system also you can write it as a Newton meter per meter cube in SI system. Newton meter per meter cube. Finally, you will get Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. That is MKS system. Okay. So same thing. The pressure here, the linear variation of pressure with depth below the free surface is known as hydrostatic pressure distribution. Here I am showing the linear variation of pressure, that is intensity of pressure with respect to depth below the free surface is known as hydrostatic pressure distribution. While you are moving towards the down from the free surface, if depth is increasing, water depth or fluid depth is increasing, the automatically the pressure intensity will become more. So at the top, at height h1, the pressure p1 is equal to how much? That is gamma h1 or w into h1 and specific weight into h1. If you want to find out the pressure 2 at height 2, so that is equal to gamma into h2 or specific weight into h2. That is the intensity of pressure at the h2 point. So you can say pressure is directly proportional to height. Clear? Pressure is directly proportional to height. Here I am showing P2 is at that particular point, specific weight into height 2. Okay. So that is the intensity of the pressure at that particular point. Next, I am going to discuss about the, I said pressure is directly proportional to height. Next one is Pascal's law. What is meant by Pascal's law? The intensity of pressure at any point in a fluid at rest condition is same in all the directions. Are you understood? The intensity of pressure at any point in a fluid at rest condition is same in all the directions. So if you take the x direction, y direction or z direction, here I am showing this is x direction, this is y direction and z direction. So we have three directions. So the pressure, intensity of pressure is in x direction is equal to y direction is equal to z direction. So if you want to see the any side, any point, the intensity of pressure remains same. Okay, in any direction. That is Pascal's law. That is Pascal's law. So if you want to here the viscosity of the fluid has no effect on fluids at rest condition. Therefore, ideal and real fluids behave in similar manner. So here I am showing the shear stress is equal to mu into du by dy. For a static fluid, the viscosity is not equal to 0, but it is a property we know. But the effect of viscosity will become 0. Here, the shear stress is equal to 0. The fluid is, in second point, I clearly mentioned, if the fluid is in motion, shear stress occurs. If the fluid is in motion, shear stress may occur. And normal stresses are no longer same in all direction at a point of a real fluid. So in a real fluid, the normal stresses are no longer same in all directions at a point of a real fluid. If a fluid is in static condition, the shear stress will become 0. The shear stress will become 0. But if you take the viscosity, the viscosity for a static fluid is not equal to 0, but the effect of viscosity is 0. The effect of viscosity is 0. But it is not nullifying the viscosity. The viscosity is not becoming 0, but the effect is becoming 0. Clear? Understood? So here I am showing that the viscosity of the fluid has no effect on the fluid at rest condition. Why? Because it is in rest condition. It is not flowing. Therefore, ideal and real fluids behaves in similar manner, whether it is ideal fluid or real fluid. Okay. If the fluid is in motion and fluid is ideal or frictionless, then no shear stresses, hence the pressure at any point is same in all directions. As I mentioned earlier, that is the shear stress will become 0. Why? Because it is in stable condition. It is at rest condition. So there is no shear stress. Okay, hence the pressure remains same in all the directions. Here I am showing that this Pascal's law principle. Here you are applying the small force. With that small force you are lifting the vehicle. That will become large force. This small force becomes large force due to this Pascal's principle. The pressure exerted at one surface of an incompressible fluid is equal to the pressure exerted on any other surface. The pressure exerted at one surface of an incompressible fluid is equal to the pressure exerted on any other surface. Clear? This allows a small force applied to a small area to be converted to a large force applied to a large area, as in the hydraulic lift below. So here I clearly mention this Pascal's law. So this Pascal's law is applicable for many hydraulic machineries, hydraulic jacks, hydraulic lifts. Okay, so you can use these many applications. Next topic is types of pressure. Types of pressure, we have three types of pressures are there mainly. First one is atmospheric pressure, second one is gauge pressure, third one is absolute pressure. Here in this particular diagram you can see different kinds of pressures. That is, first one, atmospheric pressure. What is meant by atmospheric pressure? The normal pressure exerted by atmospheric air upon all surfaces with which it is in contact. It varies with altitude, measured by barometer, also called as barometric pressure. So whatever the pressure, the air under the atmosphere is presence of air is there. So that particular air weight, okay, exerted on the surface, that pressure is called atmospheric pressure. So as usual, it varies with altitude. It varies with altitude. Uh, some different altitudes it may vary. So it will be measured by barometer. It also called as barometric pressure. At sea level under normal conditions, the equivalent values of the atmospheric pressures are 1.03 kg per centimeter square, or if you want to find out in terms of meters or height, so that will become 10.3 meters of water. Same pressure, here I am showing kg per centimeter square. If you want to find out in height, that will become 10.3 meters of water. So you have to pour the water up to 10.3 meters of height. Or you can say 76 centimeters of mercury. Same pressure in terms of mercury height. If the mercury will be 4, so that will become 76 centimeters. 76 centimeters mercury pressure will be equal to 10.3 meters of water, that is 1.03 kg per centimeter square of water, sorry, air atmospheric pressure, that is 101.3 kilopascals. Okay, so here I mentioned H equal to P by W, that is for that particular P by W pressure by unit weight or rho g, units are meters. Next one is gauge pressure. Gauge pressure is nothing but it is either above or below atmospheric pressure. As a datum, you have to fix the datum, that is atmospheric pressure. If you want to consider the above the atmospheric pressure, that will become positive. If you want to find out the pressure below the atmospheric pressure, that will become negative. Okay, so here I mentioned this is the datum atmospheric pressure. If you want to find out the above, that is gauge pressure, positive. If you want to find out the below, that is negative pressure. That is nothing but vacuum pressure. The pressure below atmospheric pressure is nothing but vacuum pressure. That is negative pressure. Clear? Next, absolute pressure. When the pressure is measured above the absolute zero, the pressure is measured above absolute zero or complete vacuum, it is called as absolute pressure that is algebraic sum of atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure. Simply algebraic sum of atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure is nothing but absolute pressure. So here I am showing that is absolute zero pressure. That is absolute zero pressure. The atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure. So here you can see if the gauge pressure is greater than atmospheric pressure, that will become positive. Atmospheric pressure will become positive. If the vacuum pressure is less than atmospheric pressure, that is negative. If the vacuum pressure is less than atmospheric pressure, that is negative. Okay, negative is nothing but suction pressure. Negative is nothing but suction pressure. Absolute pressure equal to atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure, or atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. Atmospheric pressure is nothing but, sorry, absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. Okay. Next, I want to show you that how it was attained. This 1.03 kg per centimeter square atmospheric pressure will become 10.3 meters of water or 76 centimeters of mercury. Okay, I will show you. Here you have to take some globe, our earth. On that particular earth surface, if you want to find out the atmospheric pressure, you have to fix the 8.62 kilometers height of the air per air. Okay, up to 1 meter by 1 meter, 1 square meter area, 8.62 kilometers height on 1 square meter area. The atmospheric pressure will become, here I am writing 8.62 kilometers. So if you want to find out the atmospheric pressure, you have to know the density of the air, that is 1.2 kg per meter cube. Density of air is 1.2 kg per meter cube. Already you have studied in the first chapter, that is properties of the fluid. Okay. So here P atmospheric pressure or atmospheric pressure is equal to rho GH. If you want to find out the pressure, P equal to rho GH. Already we have derived that equation. So rho GH, rho is nothing but 1.2 kg per meter cube. 1.2 kg per meter cube. G is nothing but 9.81. Height is 8.62 kilometers. Now I am converting into meters, that is multiplying with 1000. Finally, you will get the atmospheric pressure, whatever we have mentioned earlier, that is 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 pascals, or you can write it as a 101.3 into 10 to the power of 3. Newton per meter square or pascals. Clear? Same thing you can write it as a 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 pascals or 1.01325 bar. 1.013 bar. Same thing, same amount of pressure. If you want to apply to the water, you apply to the water in head, that is in meters. So you know now very well the atmospheric pressure, that is 1.01 bar or 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5 pascals. Now I am going to substitute in that particular equation, that is rho g h. If you want to find out the water in terms of head, so atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5, that is equal to, or 10 to the power of 3, that is equal to rho 1000 kg per meter cube, g 9.81. Height of the water you have to find out. So finally you will get the height of the water. So head in terms of meters, you will get, how much you will get? 10.3 meters of water. 10.3 meters of water. Same thing, if you want to find out the mercury height, same, you know atmospheric pressure, that is 101.3 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter square, that is equal to 13,600 kg per meter cube of the mercury density, 9.81 gravity into height of the mercury. So you have to find out the height of the mercury, that will become 0.76 meters. Clear? Or 760 mm. So this is the information regarding hydrostatic pressure. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about the pressure measuring devices. Thank you. Please do subscribe, click on bell icon, share the information. Thank you.